Ladies and gentlemen, heels and heelettes, welcome back to another episode of Blunt Impact. I am your boy Chris G with my co-host Mary Jane. We want to apologize for missing last week's episode. We've been dealing with some technical difficulties, but they have been demolished. They've been fixed. We are back. We will be bringing back Joints and Jabronis at the end of the month, hopefully with a special guest. We will start bringing on guests. We're going to change the format up a little bit. It's going to be Joints and Jabroni quarantine style, because you know what? We still on lockdown, so this is also Blunt Impact quarantine style. Today we're going to be reviewing the first part of Impact Rebellion. Now, Impact Rebellion was supposed to be the big pay-per-view at the end of this month. Unfortunately, due to COVID-19 and the lockdown in New York City and damn near everywhere else in America, they had to change the game plan a little bit. So they made Rebellion on TV, but two different nights, but two different cards. So why not? We're going to run through the first card today. The matches that happened on this card were OVE versus Tommy Dreamer, Rhino, and a mystery partner. The Rascals versus Falaba and TJP versus Triple XL, most likely for a number one contenders chance at the Tag Team Championships. We also have Willie Mack versus Ace Austin for Ace Austin's X Division Championship. We also have Kylie Ray making her Impact, I guess, pay-per-view debut. It was supposed to be a pay-per-view debut against Kiera Hogan. And the main event for tonight's Rebellion is Ken Shamrock versus Sami Callihan in a non-sanctioned match. So, before we get started, we're going to light this up. I hope you watching at home, if you have a blunt, joint, bong, pipe, blitz, apple, Snapple bottle, water bottle with a little pipe thing, one of those crack pot, whatever you're smoking out of. You're gonna light it up with me on the count of three, okay? I gotta find my lighter. My girlfriend keeps taking my shits. All right, everybody ready? On the count of three. Oh yeah. So, of course, we have Josh Matthews starting us off on commentary, but he's joined again by Madison Rayne, who has been his commentary partner for the last 3 weeks, and she's actually pretty good, so no complaints on my side. The first match was OVE, Ohio versus Everything, which consists of both Chris Brothers and Madman Fulton, and they went up against Tommy Dreamer, Rhino, and a mystery partner. Their mystery partner happened to be, ready? Crazy Steve. Now, Crazy Steve was a big part of TNA about 7 years ago when he was teamed up with Rosemary and Abyss. He's not bad. He's not a bad dude. He's a good character. He's creepy as fuck, you know? I kind of didn't see this one coming, so I'm a little happy it wasn't Sabu or fucking Sandman for a change. This match was way too slow for me. Way too slow. Went way too long. And at the end of the match, guess who takes the L? After L. OVE once again loses to Tommy Dreamer, Rhino, and Crazy Steve. Crazy Steve spells his name with 2 Z's, by the way. I thought his name was Crazy. Not the match I would have picked to start off the show, but whatever. Next, we get a Michael Elgin interview in the back, because apparently he's the only one in the match that he's supposed to be in that showed up. Tessa decided to stay home in Mexico City with Daga. I guess world champions don't have to defend their world championships. And Eddie Edwards stood home as well, quarantining himself. Probably with his hot wife, Alicia. Elgin basically claims his right to the championship since nobody else was there. He says by the end of night 2 of Rebellion, he will be the Impact World's Champion. He also talks about basically how Eddie Edwards is ducking him like always, and continuing that train. So I guess we'll find out next week on part 2 what's going to happen with the World Championship. Next up, we have a triple threat tag team match between the Rascals, which consists of Dez and Wentz, Falab versus Falab Bond TJP versus Triple XL, which is AC Romero and Larry D. This was another match. It was back and forth, too fucking slow for me. Started speeding up a little bit towards the end, but I don't know. For a triple threat tag team match, I just didn't expect so many damn rest holds. No high spots, very little high spots, which is weird considering that all three of these tag teams are capable of pulling off good high spots. I should have mentioned, by the way, this is an empty arena show, so maybe that takes a little bit away from the presentation, but at the same time, this match just, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. It was all right. The Rascals get the win. They're set up for a tag team championship, possibly in the near future. The North then comes on via satellite. They're in Canada. They basically talk down to America and Americans because they keep spreading the COVID-19. And they're stupid and ignorant. I don't know. Not my words. Next up, we had, in my opinion, match of the night, which was Willie Mack taking on Ace Austin for his X Division Championship. This was a really good match. It was back and forth the whole way. The right amount of false finishes. Like, I guess depending on how long the match goes, sometimes it's like an overkill with the false finishes. It's like the spam. They just spam false finishes. Like, you just keep pressing triangle, keep trying to pin the guy when he's fucking clearly not ready to lose. That didn't happen. Only happened a few times after some finishes and signature moves from both guys respectively. But at the end of the day, my man Willie Mack beat Ace Austin 1, 2, 3 clean in the middle of the ring and became your new X Division Championship. I dig it. Willie Mack digs it. Rich Swann digs it. They celebrate in the back and they talk about going after Tag Team Gold next. So we'll see what happens with Mr. Mack and Rich Swann. Then Johnny Swigger interrupts his Rizax, his Bizax, get the Fizzac out of my TV. Next up, we had Kylie Ray making her pay-per-view debut against Kiera Hogan. This match was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I actually only seen very few, maybe 1 or 2 Kylie Ray matches, and I didn't realize she was that good. Kiera Hogan got a lot better. She kept up with Kylie most of the part. It was a decent match. Got good time. Both girls got their shit in. Kylie Ray gets the win. They're going to keep building her to be a nice little character in the Knockouts division because she is unique. She has her own talents and her own style. So I'm looking forward to see what Impact does with Kylie Ray. And in the main event, we get Sami Callihan versus Ken Shamrock in a non-sanctioned match. So this match, first of all, starts off slow as shit. They're just rolling outside of the ring. It doesn't even start in the ring. I don't even think they ever went inside the ring, now that I think about it. They just beat each other up outside the ring. This match was a lot of strikes back and forth, the occasional move here, there, and a few spots that we'll explain along the way. So as they beat each other up on the outside, they eventually make their way into the backstage. Now, when they go into the backstage, it's like a pre-tape, but it's dope. I like the vibes. I like the cinematic matches going on across the board, whether it's WWE, AEW, Impact. At least everybody's trying something different, trying to keep people's interest. It's very hard to have an empty arena match. It's very hard to have a 25, 30-minute empty arena match. Now, if you have a 15-minute start off in an empty arena match, but then move into the backstage and eventually into other places outside, piques your interest, keeps you interested. As they're in the backstage area, they're still going back and forth. So Ken Shamrock eventually gets the upper hand. Now, what it looks like, he's going to finally finish Sammy. They're beating each other up with weapons, trash cans, chairs, whatever you could think of. OVE comes and jumps Ken Shamrock. Now, they finally get Ken Shamrock in a vulnerable position where they can get Sammy to finish him off. Sammy comes with the bat, puts up the thumbs up, and when he puts the thumbs down, he lays out Madman Fulton with the bat. Then he lays out both Chris brothers. There goes my whole fucking prophecy and prediction of OVE running Impact Wrestling. I guess Sammy's Dolo. But anyway, he picks up Ken Shamrock, or they pick each other up with the little head thing. You know, they like two pit bulls or whatever. Head to head. Yeah, they did that shit. They rose up and asked each other if they wanted to finish it outside. Very Rocky 5, if you ask me. I feel like Ken Shamrock is Rocky and Sami Callihan's fucking Tommy Morrison. We're gonna go outside and have a good old-fashioned street fight. After some more back and forth, Ken Shamrock eventually gets the ankle lock on Sami Callihan. And Sammy doesn't tap, but he passes out due to the pain. The referee calls for it. Ken Shamrock is your winner of this non-sanctioned match. Rebellion goes off there. What I don't understand is on a big pay-per-view, why do you have to have younger key talent put other legends over? OVE versus Tommy Dreamer and Rhino and Crazy Steve. All right, I get that. But having Ken Shamrock go over Sami Callihan. And I love Ken Shamrock. I'm a Shamrock guy. I was a Shamrock guy when he first started doing MMA. Even though I couldn't watch this shit, I knew he was out there really beating people up. But Impact has to start building towards the future. They have already. They have pieces. Tessa, Ace, Willie Mack. They have core people that they're building around. But the legends, getting these W's consistently. Either way, for what was supposed to be a big show, given the circumstance, it wasn't a bad show. It could have been a lot better in my opinion. Just action-wise, the way they put it together, produced, it was match after match, not too many long segments, it was good segments, not too much comedy, haha. It's like, it felt like a pay-per-view, but it was just on regular TV. I'm really excited to see Night 2. Night 2 has a few good matches. I think they have like a #1 contender match for the X Division Championship, a 4-way. I believe it has Trey from the Rascals and one of the Desi Hit Squad guys, Rohit Raju. What was supposed to be the triple threat for the World Championship, who knows what's going to happen with that now. So Impact, hopefully, does good with this second night of Rebellion. I look forward to see what happens after Rebellion and see what new fresh storylines they might come up with. Because it seems like this is the finishing point for a lot of things. You can subscribe on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. You can follow us on Facebook, on IG, on Twitter, wherever. We might even have an ad in the fucking daily news. It says True Heel Heat. Follow, share, like, comment. This is the first time I actually did the closing and the blunt's still going. You can follow me at spick_flair_woo. Just a reminder from everybody here at True Heel Heat to stay home. If you're an essential worker, do what you gotta do, but then stay home. Don't share your blunts, don't share your joints, don't share anything. If you're gonna smoke, you smoke by yourself, you Zoom your friends, and you have a nice scythe. That's what we're doing in 2020 now, guys. Get with the fucking program. I'm your boy Chris G. For my co-host Barry J. We'll see you next time.